Wrestling fans, it is time for another episode of the Piledriver. It's a special one today, baby. We have a special guest, as you can see, a familiar face. Our friend, Pauly. How you doing, brother?
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Pauly, friend of the pod. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys? It's fun to be here.
Good.
That is a fantastic background.
I am your co-host.
I'm enthralled by your background.
Do you want to see the whole thing?
Let's see the whole thing. Show the people the whole thing.
There you go. There's the whole thing.
Pauly, the hammer, the OCW logo.
I can do the rest of it like this if you want. If you just want the background.
Get your ass back in here.
Get out of here. But I'm your co-host, Dean, and as always, one half of the Speedy Boys, the best in the world, Mike.
How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. We're kicking off March. Your boys are busy this month. We are going to 4 shows this month in Northeast Ohio. We got OCW.
We got Final Cut. We got a lot.
Mega Championship Manifestation. We got Circle 6 coming to Cleveland this weekend with Obey Your Master. And we got Absolute Intense Wrestling 216 with X-Pac showing up.
I mean, dude,
we're blessed. The wrestling gods have blessed us.
This weekend, so we record on Sunday nights, like Dean said, it's March 5th. March 11th, 6 days from now, like Dean said, we got Circle 6, Obey Your Master. As I'm looking at the thing here, I don't see very many matches announced except for one or two so far. But there has been the main event has been announced. There was a match, Nate Webb versus AJ Gray.
Yeah, which is going to be insane.
That's going to be a banger. But the main event is where it's going to be at, ladies and gentlemen. The Silver-Tooth Satan, Atticus Cogar, defending his Circle 6 heavyweight title against Zachary Wentz in a 3 stages of hell match.
It's going to be good.
Bro, I don't even know what's a 3 stages of hell match. Like,
you start off one match with a stipulation. Whoever gets the pinfall, it's the match restarts with a completely different stipulation.
Okay,
we could have a barbed wire match, and then you know what I'm saying, like a
tables match.
Options are endless.
Cage match.
It's a 2 out of 3 falls match, but there's stipulations attached to each match.
It
better go to the 3rd stage,
and usually it does. You don't usually have a 2 out of 3 falls match that doesn't go 3 falls. The only exception to that recently would be Apollo Crews and Carmelo Hayes in NXT had a 2 out of 3 falls match at NXT Vengeance Day. That was a 2-0 sweep by Carmelo Hayes. So it's not uncommon. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. You're going to get your money's worth out of that 3 stages of hell match.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. But yeah, that's this upcoming weekend, this Saturday, and then what's after that? OCW.
The next weekend,
OCW.
The next Saturday, we got OCW Final Cut, and boy, oh boy, I mean, I'm sure Pauly, will be able to tell us more about this.
There's been a few matches announced,
but we do have some more matches announced. Originally, we had, in my opinion, the namesake of the show, basically, Final Cut, Derek Dillinger defending the Heritage title against Bryant Huff. Now, is it the Huntington Beach bad boy, Bryant Huff?
So that's what's on all of my notes, but I don't know because
I thought it was the side piece, and I really liked the side piece.
I liked that too. And also, isn't the Huntington Beach bad boy also Tito Ortiz?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I referenced that on air one time. I was like, just don't meet any Tito's or something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, so far.
You had to slide that in there. I like it.
That was the only match that
There's Easter eggs in all the stuff that I do. So
now, if you watched our show last week,
great show, by the way.
When we had Jimmy on.
OCW legend, Jimmy.
We willed something into existence. It was willed into dude. The show was posted, no BS. The show was posted, and not like 3 hours later, match announcement. Boom! Tag team titles on the line. DD Trash versus the winners.
This is going to be a great tag team matchup, guys. And
It's
the
going to be
winners
insane.
looking for that first tag team championship in Ohio Championship Wrestling. 11
Jimmy
years
Shane.
they've been together, and it's taken them this long to get to the top of the mountain in tag team wrestling simply because they hadn't really focused on it. Jimmy said it himself in the interview last week. Now that he's focused on tag team wrestling with Robbie Starr, who is a former tag team champion in OCW, I really feel like this is their year to take the gold. Whether it be from DD Trash or not, that remains to be seen.
Jimmy needs that ever elusive tag team title to get that crown, to get that grand slam, so to speak. And
the only other one is Matthew Taylor.
I'm pulling for him.
I've always kind of thought it would be kind of funny if we just ran it back like we did last year at Tradition with the Brass Ring Gauntlet and had the tag team of Jimmy and Robbie be the last two again. One of them wins the brass ring, and then you can actually tease that whole, oh, well, I want to be the heavyweight champion, but we could be the tag team champions, bro.
Right.
And you could go back and forth with that a lot further than we did with DD Trash. I thought that would be kind of cool. I don't know if that's the direction we're going to go, obviously, because I'm not involved in that decision-making process, but it would be fun. It'd be different. It'd be similar to what we did last year, but it would be fun if we could run that the whole summer, and then you get to say
that'd be cool.
and run it.
But something tells me that the winners are walking out of Final Cut with some new baggage.
If you're making me put money, I'm putting money on the winners for show.
Okay. While I respect that, and I respect the fact that Jimmy was your guest last week, do not underestimate.
I'm not
Ron
sleeping
Mathis
on
and Bruce
DD
Gray.
Trash.
Those guys are incredible talents.
Listen, I'm not sleeping on DD Trash one bit. Pure Trash, Ron Mathis, and the Mobile Home Wrecker, Bruce Gray, are fantastic.
To be fair, fantastic. Ron Mathis should be your guys' mascot, your favorite wrestler. He is the master of the Piledriver.
I agree, 110%. I'd love to have him come on the show and talk about how the intricacies of the Piledriver, because it is a devastating.
It's a beautiful Piledriver.
But
it's a beautiful disaster.
I just feel that this one's gonna go. Jimmy's gonna come with something furious because it is his. I want to win this, tag team match. Tag team title, complete this grand slam. He's gonna bring it, bro.
Have you ever wanted something so badly in your life that you went at it with everything you had and you almost went too hard and you made it even harder for yourself to accomplish that?
Are you saying that he's gonna overshoot right now?
Yes.
There you go. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying 110%.
Jimmy's putting a lot of pressure, not just on himself here, but also on his tag team partner, Robbie Starr. That is very tough. And tag team wrestling is a completely different beast. I'm not saying they can't do it. This is Jimmy Shane and Robbie Starr, two of the greatest to ever walk through the doors of Ohio Championship Wrestling. I mean, if we ever have a Hall of Fame, I can imagine they would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But putting that kind of pressure on yourself, that's a sink or swim moment. And you're heading towards Tradition. Like this show on March the 18th, Final Cut, is really the start of the road to Tradition, which is going to be our 20th anniversary.
Oh, that's going to be a monster.
You want to be a part of that.
Yes, it is.
You want to be a part of that, and you want to be a champion at that so that you can represent this company and forever be known as a guy who was the champ at the 20-year mark.
I totally get it. I totally understand. I'm not putting DD Trash out of this one bit. I'm hoping for my friend Jimmy Shane. I'm hoping to complete this goal of his, to add it to his resume, to be able, like me and Dean said, he's basically an OCW living legend. One of the greatest. That would only cement.
It'd be cool for us to witness him get the Grand Slam in person. Let's be real.
True. You called him your friend, and you're not a fan of the baby faces, so I'm not really sure what's going on here.
I still love Jimmy Shane. You don't see me dancing when he comes out? I know you do.
I do. That's why I look at the camera and I go, okay, the camera is going to be a little bit off on that one.
That's right. I'm getting it. Another match just announced 2 days ago. Another match I'm pretty excited about. It does include one of my favorites, Lord Thomas the Brute, taking on Brandon Fields.
Yeah.
Now, the last time we seen Brute, obviously, we were introduced to Jexy Black, and where she comes from, we still don't really know the whole story
Does
behind.
she show up at Final Cut?
Does she? Yeah. Does she make her presence known, Pauly, at Final Cut? Do you think?
I genuinely don't know. And when she appeared at our last show, it was a complete confusion at the production.
What was your initial reaction when she came out?
What the hell's going on? Like, this is
Who
somebody
the
we've
hell
never
is
seen.
this?
Kind of. I mean, and I do want to apologize to everybody, our OCW faithful, that we weren't able to provide commentary for the last show. There were some technical difficulties on our end at Believeland Media that we have since fixed to make sure this doesn't happen again. We apologize to the OCW faithful and to all of the OCW talent for not being a part of that in that regard. It sucks because I thought the commentary that we did, we had a great show. And I think the only thing that survived was, if I'm not mistaken, when Drew got a selfie with Nick Hahn.
All right.
You got a selfie with Nick Hahn?
Yes. And
That's his
how the
favorite.
Of
hell
course
that
he
happened.
did.
How the
Of
hell that
course.
happened, I don't understand. But
All right. Well, speaking of,
I'm excited to see what Jexy Black might or might not do, because she seems like the harbinger of doom for
Why
the
didn't you-
gospel of the light.
Why didn't you get a picture with Nick Hahn?
Oh, because he doesn't like me.
Why? Why doesn't he like you? I've never
Paul's
really
a red-
understood why he doesn't like you.
Pauly's a red drinker.
He called me a red drinker.
No, he doesn't like me because I tell the truth. If there's
Mm.
one thing that
You're a
that Nick-
fabricator.
if
You're-
there's one thing that Nick Hahn does not like, it is the truth.
No, you fabricate a little bit. Smidge.
Smidge.
Really? Please enlighten
Speaking of
me.
Nick Hahn, it has been posted on Facebook by Ohio Championship Wrestling that James the Baker Hickey will, obviously be looking to get some kind of retribution because once again he came up short against the Entourage. I mean, I'm scared. What if Warhorse comes back? They're scary.
I'm scared for that too.
They're scared. They will hurt him.
They
will.
already did.
They
I'm
will.
just,
they
so
will
that's
hurt
he's been announced and also announced today that the made man Gino DiCapo and the sure bet Asher Knox are scheduled to appear. What are they gonna, I mean, who
Well, that
knows?
could tie into what you're going to announce next, I'm sure, which is
and
the
I-
third installment of Money Talks with Kenny Cash, which
Okay.
the first two have not gone well for Kenny.
I agree 110%. Now my question is, Pauly, for you, because we're gonna kayfabe it for sure on this show. We're gonna keep it kayfabe here.
What is kayfabe?
Asher Knox and Kenny Cash used to be a tag team.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Does this get brought up?
Oh, it
during
would
this-
have to. It would have to.
if
that's
it's
correct.
Gino and Asher, because
Better.
it look. I
My
hate
concern
to
would
say
be
this.
I
Hold
don't
on,
want
hold
to
on,
see
hold on,
Kenny
hold on.
get beat up by two men at the same time.
Hold on. I hate to say this. Since Gino has pulled Asher under his wing, Asher has gotten better opportunities. He's looked better. He's flashier. Kenny's been kind of on the downward spiral since the breakup of the tag team, in my opinion. He started hot,
He did.
and then it went because Dean willed him. Dean tried to will Kenny into the Jake Ely spot like I did.
I did, man. I tried. I was hoping for it.
But yeah, I love Kenny Cash. He's one of my favorites. But it has the wrestling world has not been kind to him. He lost to the mime. He
Well,
lost
wait,
money
wait,
to the
wait.
referee.
The
Like,
wrestling world hasn't been kind to Kenny. Wait a minute. Kenny hasn't been kind to the wrestling world. He's out here yelling, screaming at the fans, telling them that he's gonna do stuff with their mothers of these children at ringside. My God, what the hell do you expect?
He
Karma's
did
a
say that.
bitch.
He did say that. He did say that.
What?
He told Dean. He told the
What did
one
he say?
lady- He told the one kid at the last show he was with his dad. He was like, "Your mom didn't come this week because I told her not to. She didn't want to. Didn't want to make you feel jealous."
Oh my lord.
He's been going after
Probably
our poor young OCW faithful. So yeah, karma, man. That's a rough go.
So
Not to
the
say that
only
I don't want
match-
Kenny
I
to
mean,
succeed, but he's got to make his own breaks.
the only match that I'm still hoping we get a match for, or some kind of match with him in it, because he's obviously, as we all know, one of my favorites. I'm hoping to see Jake Ely on this card. I'm hoping to see him somewhere. I don't know where he fits in. I mean, obviously, you can't, go against. I didn't see Matt Taylor on this card either.
No, he was announced.
Who?
Matthew Taylor.
Yeah, he's defending the championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Oh, against Ryan Michaels. You're correct. You are correct. You are correct.
Because
My
if
bad.
not
That's my
for
fault.
that,
Get
if
your
not for
shit
the
on
fact that Ryan Michaels was on Money Talks, who knows if he even gets into this match this month. So whoever is on Money Talks could potentially be in line for a championship opportunity.
What if it's
If
you,
they
Well,
can-
Pauly?
that's not true, because then Jean-Paul Les Miserables would have got a shot.
What if it was you?
You'd
What
have
if
been
it's
got a
you,
shot at
calling the
Pauly?
Jake
best match
Ely,
of your
dude.
career, Pauly. You've been
Pauly.
calling the best match of your career with Jean-Paul going for a title shot.
Pauly, are you going to be on Money Talks?
I cannot disclose what I will be doing at the event.
That would be so awesome.
Wouldn't it? It would be
I'm
awesome.
talking to Kenny. I gotta talk to Kenny.
Let me
It would
talk
be
to
so
you.
awesome for him to
Kenny,
call
let me talk
Pauly.
to you.
It would be so awesome for him to call Pauly off of commentary to come in the ring for Money Talks. Oh my gosh.
I'm almost certain that would be nobody shows up and then he just drags me off of the microphone and into the ring so that he has a guest. But I'm almost certain that Kenny Cash has another
I'd be
great
losing
guest
my
lined up
shit at Hard Cam.
who may or may not want to whip his ass.
Okay, so
That
now
seems
I
to be the common theme.
I didn't scroll down enough, is what it was. Scheduled to appear: Lord Thomas the Brute, Chuck the Truck, Jake Ely, Asher Knox, Brandon Fields, Jake Rose, who I'm very impressed by. When I saw Jake Rose the first time too, I liked him. I thought he did a great freaking job. And it does say that Warhorse is going to be in the building. So I go back to my other point. I'm scared for Baker again. I don't want to see him just get demolished by the Entourage, because now, I mean, they're basically full strength in the building, Pauly.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough road to hoe for anybody.
Because the Entourage is what? The only person missing is Jock, correct?
Yeah.
They got Brandon Fields, Warhorse, and Nick Hahn all in the building. Jean-Paul, Pauly's favorite, Kenny Cash, Natalie May, James the Baker Hickey, Agent Nick Hahn, OCW General Manager Glenn Lane, and to be more announced, TBA.
Pauly, which match out of this card so far are you most excited to call?
Well, first,
As a fan, let's talk fan, Pauly. Be a fan for a minute. Get out of your commentator table.
Okay, fair enough. But first, let's give a shout out to Natalie May. I thought she did a fantastic job as ring announcer last month. Great job, and I hope she gets to continue doing that if she so chooses, because it was a breath of fresh air, something different. Nothing against Pedro, he's fantastic, but sometimes you just need a little something different.
Let me just throw it out there. Natalie we can totally switch, and I got a loud voice, Pauly, and you know it.
So you want Natalie to work the camera?
Yeah, and I'll be the ring announcer.
I want to be in the room when you try to pitch that, by the way.
I mean, you can work the camera. Dean can work the camera.
Yeah.
As last I heard, I'm still the voice of Ohio Championship Wrestling. So I'll be
Dean
behind the microphone.
Dean can work the camera, and I can be the ring announcer. I'd kill it, bro.
You would.
You just want to get into the ring. That's what's happening.
Oh, that's facts. But I mean, if I knew beforehand, you seen the purple outfit? You seen the New Year's out? Could you see some shit with the suspenders?
What's the suspenders?
That's the biggest pop suspenders has ever gotten in the history.
Your boy's not lying.
I could kill
To
it.
circle back to before all of this went off the rails, the match that I'm probably most excited for. I feel like there's another match coming, so I'm waiting to see the rest of the card. I'll say I'm most excited for Money Talks. I really am, because I'm always interested to see now where Kenny can take these interviews.
I think they're good.
We talk about it all the time. You have to make your own opportunities.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What better opportunity than to have a live microphone in front of the entire OCW faithful, and you can control that.
I mean,
And
I
think
agree.
once he gets to that level where he's ready and willing and not just taking pot shots at the fans,
I was just about to say that.
he's
I agree
going
with
to
you
be
110%. He
dangerous.
needs to spend less time talking smack to the fans and more time getting on with his interview and see, not really getting on with the interview, but like, I don't know, like you said, more the pot shots.
He could be very much in the same vein as the Miz, in that
Really?
he can control an
Oh, dude,
audience.
they fucking hate Kenny. Like they hate him.
But all you have to do is be able to deliver.
It's like I
And
can
Kenny can
see it
deliver.
becoming something like that, like Miz
it's a
TV.
moment.
Like
Yep.
We've had it 3 shows in a row. This is definitely a thing that is at least somewhat sticking around. And
I like
if
it.
heaven forbid he makes it 5 shows with this, the next one, that 5th show, would be tradition, where we don't really mess around. That is our biggest show of the year. That's our mania, if you will. I don't think there's ever been a talk show at tradition. So
Can you see Kenny Cash wearing some gold by the end of 2023?
anything is possible in Ohio Championship Wrestling. It depends
Anything.
on who he goes after and how he targets them. Because I could easily see him being a heritage champion.
Yeah.
But you have to get there. And I don't know that anybody wants to put themselves in the crosshairs of Derek Dillinger right now, except maybe Chuck the Truck Morris.
Yeah, maybe.
Dillinger's on another level.
I don't advise it.
It's not
scares
smart.
the shit out of me.
I love
There-
it.
See how quickly I got
Derek's
out of
gonna
that
mess you
interview the
up.
last time he was around?
I love
I
it.
ran through a wall to get the hell out of there.
All right.
So that's it from Final Cut.
After Final Cut on Friday, so 6 days after that, Friday night, Dean and I will be on 3615 Euclid Avenue at the Temple Live Asylum room for AIW 216. Let me tell you, buddy, first of all, before I even get into some of the other people that have been announced for being here, I'm so fucking excited to meet X-Pac. You have no idea. All I want is a picture with him like this. That's it. It could be me and you. It could be us two together with X-Pac. Bam. Speedy Boys and X-Pac. Boy.
That should be our new thing. Take group photos for the pod.
I agree. But other than that, another person announced to be here. Joey fucking Janela, the bad boy, will be there. And then,
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona in the building.
Cardona, by the way, has gone missing in Impact since he lost to Joe Hendry for the Digital Media Championship. So who knows where he might end up next. I know he's been doing some NWA stuff, which you can pretty much say that's the end of the NWA with everything that's going on there. But
also announced for 216, so we have Timothy Thatcher.
Huge. He's been on Ring of Honor. He's been on AEW.
He just showed up at the Ring of Honor open challenge for Wheeler Yuta.
He's going to be on their next show, which is this coming Thursday, as part of WatchROH.com and on ROH Honor Club.
I'm excited for Eddie Kingston versus Claudio.
I'm really
happy
pumped
for Eddie Kingston.
I'm really pumped for.
I'm an independent contractor. 1099.
1099.
Sorry,
again.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. AEW, but I'm pumped for Joey Janela. We didn't get to see. Me and you were supposed to go see Joey Janela the one time that he came with AEW.
I got to see him once at AIW.
Yeah.
It was like a spring break themed.
Yeah. But so I'm pumped when he got announced a couple days ago. That was really exciting. I don't really see any matches announced so far.
No.
I do have Steph DeLanda also making an appearance. I've never seen her. Paul, are you familiar?
She was in NXT.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was
Is that the
Steph
DeLander?
DeLander?
Yep.
Oh, the former Persia Parada.
Okay. So she will also be at AIW 216.
She's been making some appearances in Impact Wrestling, so she's definitely starting to find her footing in the independent scene of wrestling, which is nice.
All right. Well, your boys will be there. That's Friday night, which I've been to 3 AIW shows in my lifetime, and every one of them has been fucking fire.
Yeah, they're really good.
The one time when
Shout out to Wrestling Cheers.
When we went though to the one and we met the Godfather, and what the hell's his name? Who got hit by the truck? Kaplan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kaplan
Well,
getting hit by the
that's how you-
U-Haul.
And he got hit
Maserati
by
glass
the
hit him
truck.
with the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Pauly, man.
Who was the one that got hit by the truck at that show? That
It was at the
Yeah,
Comic-Con at the
the demeanor
fairgrounds.
there is just kind of like, what the hell was happening at that show?
Pauly, they
The
even
very-
announced April 22nd. Damn. They got Ron Simmons for their upcoming show. I
want
want
to go to that.
so
Like
bad.
me and Dean, Pauly, me and Dean were talking about that, and like it would be a cool item, right? To get him to sign a Browns helmet, right?
It would.
Oh hell yeah!
You
'Cause
know,
he-
because like I'm a Browns fan, and that would
He was
work
drafted
for
by the
both.
Browns, and then he went and played for the USFL.
Yeah, like that would be perfect for like me as a fan in general, because I'm a Browns fan and a
And a
wrestling,
wrestling fan.
Like,
So boom.
yeah. So,
It's a big moment.
But moving on from AIW, which is Friday night. The very next night, March 25th, your boys will be at
Front row.
LCCC at the Field House for Mega Championship Wrestling Manifestation
In the front row.
in the front row. So some of the matches that we've talked about have been announced for this show are just beyond fire. We have had some breaking news that Megan Myers has been double booked or something has happened. She's not going to be able to make the show. So they're looking for a current replacement to face Ivelisse. I'm hoping that, we find out who it is sooner rather than later. We will
That
have
was going to be such a good match.
a special guest next week. So
On the pod. You guys are going to want to miss this. Tell him. Mike.
Brandon Xavier will be joining us on the pod. Mega Championship Wrestling's own head trainer, OG, badass of Mega. Brandon's the man. Anything we're going to know Mega next week, he's going to let us know before the show. I'm really, really excited that you locked this one up. So good job on you for locking up this interviewer.
Thank you.
I do see something else that was announced just now, actually 32 minutes ago. So breaking news. In a new match announcement, formerly known as Casey Carrington, Christian Napier will face one-on-one with Eric Ryan. I've never heard of Eric Ryan, but it looks like he's got like some barbed wire in his mouth. He's got a big old spike.
You never heard of Eric Ryan? Oh
no.
Eric Ryan can go.
All right, and then one more match that has been announced.
Okay.
One more match that has been announced for Mega Championship Wrestling. Girl Scout Troop 50591 will be there in the building selling cookies, trying to fund their trip to Disney World. So if you're going to Mega Championship Wrestling, bring a couple extra bucks, sit in the front row. I'm going to sit in the front row and eat cookies. What the hell?
Yeah. Girl Scouts versus Disney World.
And we actually know one of the moms, Missy Pratt. One of her, it's her child, her kid is in this Girl Scout troop. So I'm definitely down to support. Definitely down to support the fam and eat cookies and watch wrestling.
Eric Ryan versus Christian Napier is going to go hard. Eric Ryan is a dog, but it is time for the world to know who Christian Napier is. He even said it himself. The name change, formerly known as Casey Carrington. People are going to learn. Don't sleep on Christian. The young trendsetter.
We'll see. I'll go over the other matches quickly. We've talked about them. We got a fatal four-way match. Josh Woods, Cisco Silver, Defarge, and Ashton Day. Who, speaking of, I do want to go ahead and give a shout out and congratulations to our boy Ashton Day. New baby. He had a baby boy. Congratulations
to you and your family. That's amazing. As fellow dads, there's no better feeling in the world, man. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
We have a singles match for the Mega Championship. Tyson Maddox going one-on-one against Bryson Teller. PIM going one-on-one against Jason Kincaid, who I watched a matchup with earlier, and he was a badass. Sebastian LaShawn going one-on-one with Sonny Kiss. Super pumped. I'm super pumped to meet Sonny Kiss. We got a tag team championship match. Cash Inc. defending the titles against the Philly Marino Experience. Dude, this card is stacked already. I mean, I think that's it. That's the last one we got. But
That's still a banger card.
Still a banger card, dude. And again, Brandon said he's going to find somebody to face Ivelisse. It's not like she's just gonna come in and talk some smack. She's here to wrestle, and she will have somebody to wrestle. I guarantee it. Brandon Xavier is the man at what he does.
Not that Ivelisse can't come in and talk smack, because my God, if there's anyone that can, it would be her.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I agree 110%, but
I can't wait to see who it is.
I can't wait either. That's going to be another one. And then after that, I mean, we don't have anything else in April. Pauly, when's the next OCW event in April?
I think it's April 8th. Let me double check that real quick.
Okay.
Written down
I'll say Pauly will double check that. But so far in April, we do have something else we're going to start talking about. And we're actually going to bring it, to our attention. We're going to bring it to your attention. We're going to bring it to everybody's attention, everybody that can get in on it. Yeah, you got get in on the ground floor. It's a new wrestling promotion coming out to the Canton area, NEO Pro Wrestling. Their first show is coming up on April 29th at the Stark County Fairgrounds. There's been a couple matches announced. We'll go over those. But the main thing, I don't know what he's doing there. He hasn't been announced for a match yet, but he's on the fucking flyer, dude. So he's got to be there, right? It's been announced. He's on the flyer. Shane Douglas, the franchise.
Let's go.
Bro, I'm so pumped to meet the ECW. Dude, come on.
So not even just an ECW original, guys. You could argue that the entire current wrestling landscape does not exist without his decision to throw down the NWA World Championship after winning that tournament.
For someone to do that around that time that he did that, dude.
So
that was a bold move to
on
do
the
that.
card and
change the landscape.
Also looking on the card on the flyer, we also got Wilbur Whitlock making an appearance, and it looks like Beastman. I can't really tell the flyer's orange on the
Beastman Tusk.
It looks like Beastman, who I've seen wrestle a couple times, and he is phenomenal. Big, scary motherfucker. But
I stay away from him whenever he's around.
We have 3 matches. Sorry, train. We have 3 matches that have been announced.
Oh, trade.
One of our favorites, the Guiding Light, Matthew Taylor, will be going one-on-one with Justin Maine. Not real familiar with Justin Maine. He's a Hollywood actor and accomplished professional wrestler, from what I've read. Taylor does not like him. That's from what I've read. They've met a couple times and they're not friendly.
So they got a little heat already. I like it.
Yeah. So they got.
What does Matt Taylor like?
Another match, and this one
Pauly? Is he nice to you?
No.
This one I'm really excited about, because both of these men we've seen in mostly tag team scenarios before. So I'm excited to see these men go one-on-one in a singles matchup. The mobile home, Bruce Gray, going one-on-one against Robbie Starr. Both of these men are, in my opinion, in my knowing them, in my length of time knowing them, they've mostly been tag team competitors.
Yeah.
So to see them go singles action is going to be kind of fun.
I've seen both in singles action, and I can tell you that they are both more than capable of going bell to bell. While they're both kind of known for their tag team work in recent years, don't underestimate their singles capabilities. And I think those two are going to be on a mission to prove to everybody in that building that they are the best in Northeast Ohio and beyond.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, I've seen Ron Mathis do some solo work. Shit, him and Derek Dillinger's little rivalry in OCW was memorable. So
scared the out of me.
It was good. It was really good.
I mean, we also have, not announced for match, but we also have Jimmy Shane has been announced for NEO Pro Wrestling. Patrick Hayes has also been announced for NEO Pro Wrestling. The last match that we have is actually the Unwilting Tatiana going one-on-one with Reese Ramon. Now, I'm not familiar with these ladies. I will obviously look them up. Tatiana's coming out of Pittsburgh.
Boo.
She's going that
a reflex for you guys?
It is. It's a boo.
Boo, just immediately. Sorry.
Poor Kurt Angle.
It's not you, it's your city.
Picture City over picture for you.
It's a Cleveland thing. Sorry. But I've never seen these women wrestle. I'm really excited to check them out and look forward to this. We will be at Stark County Fairgrounds. We will be at this show,
Yes,
checking
I
them out
cannot
first
wait.
show. I'm really, really excited. We will be talking more and more with people about this show. I'm trying to lock us up for an interview on the show to get somebody to come on and talk more about it before the show. I'm thinking maybe early April. We'll have that like April 9th or something, the week after WrestleMania.
Yeah, go follow them on the socials. And as more matches are announced, follow us as well. We'll be retweeting them and announcing them with you guys. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a banger show. I can already feel it.
And think about this, guys. How often do you have the chance to get in on the ground floor, day one of a wrestling company? We've talked about OCW's 20 years. Imagine where NEO Pro could be in 20 years. And you
I
can
agree.
say you were at the debut show. That's something to me that's a dream.
I actually forgot about this. We do have one more match that's been announced.
Some merch and everything.
We got a nice team coming out of Detroit, Michigan, Studio 86, which I've never heard of, but in their picture, they kind of look like the Outsiders. Like they're kind of.
Oh yeah, I did see a picture that they do kind of.
But they're going they're going in a tag team match against probably one of my favorite indie tag teams. As Pauly knows, one of the most decorated tag teams, Warhorse.
Those two are so incredibly dangerous, and in their current mindset to dominate anywhere and everywhere they go.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
They could be damn near unstoppable.
Yeah. So for them, let's go back to what Pauly was saying a minute ago. For them to get in on the ground floor and just immediately start whooping ass.
I'm here at the ground floor where I will be kicking everybody's ass. Thank you.
Exactly.
Won't be any more floors built after this is over.
I'm really excited.
WrestleMania 19, the video game, all over again.
We're gonna fuck shit up.
I'm really excited.
If either one of you knew what I was talking about, that's fantastic.
I'm really excited for this new promotion. I'm really excited for everything. We've said it time and time again on our show. If you're not messing with any kind of Northeast Ohio indie wrestling, you're missing out.
You really are. You really are.
There's so much going on. Dude, look. And there's
even another show coming up this Wednesday. Shout out to Angel Metro. She'll be wrestling in Ruthless Wrestling on Euclid Avenue in Cleveland. It's Wednesday night.
There it is.
I think that's a debut show as well.
That's crazy. It's just like, and what's I think the crazy part about it is like, Dean lives about 20 minutes away from me, right? And the show is about the farthest show that we have to drive for is about 40 minutes away. So we're talking like an hour and a half round trip for us to go see badass wrestling. It's not like we're driving far. Yeah, we're not driving 3 and 4 hours to go see great shows.
No.
These people they are here. They are right in our general area is all this great wrestling. And it's such a blessing that we just get all this gloriousness.
Like Circle 6 and the AIW is probably like 5 minutes from my house. Like,
yeah. And keep in mind, guys,
the
previous generation of indie wrestlers are the current generation that we're watching on WWE and AEW.
Yeah.
Talking about guys like Johnny Gargano, who basically was Mr. AIW.
Yeah.
You're talking about Seth Rollins, Tyler Black. Ring of Honor was through Northeast Ohio a ton. Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, El Generico, Claudio.
That's not the same. They're not the same person, Pauly.
I understand that, but Sammy has said in previous interviews that he has a kindred spirit that he shares with El Generico, as they are still to this day trying to find out how everything went down at the orphanage, but that's a whole nother problem. I kept a straight face with the whole thing.
I'm proud of you. You did good. You did good.
But in all seriousness, the stars of tomorrow are waiting for you right now. And you can see them, you can become fans of them, you can experience them, and more importantly, you can help them. You can help them get to the next level, to that next step in their careers. Because as much as we love all of these independent wrestling companies, let's put the cards on the table here. The dream is to headline WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Rollins has said it. He's still mad that he's not headlined WrestleMania to this day.
Shayna Baszler was an AIW champion, women's
There's
champion.
so many stars that are ready to explode to the next level. And I can't wait for that exodus and that arrival of new talent.
Let me put it to you guys this way. I had the opportunity to go see LeBron James play high school basketball against Firelands when I was younger. I drove all the way out to Barberton and watched him slaughter Firelands by like 65 points.
Oh, 65-0, was it?
It was, I cherish that. And you look back now, like you see LeBron, arguably one of the greatest of all times. I got to go see him play in high school. Like that's awesome. You can kind of like do this here. Like, damn, I remember seeing him at the indie show.
I didn't get the high school. I didn't get the high school LeBron, but I definitely got rookie year LeBron. at the, what was it before the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse?
The Q.
That's right, the Q. That's right.
Then
the Gun Arena prior to that.
Well, I remember the gun. I just forgot about the Q.
It wasn't the Coliseum. The Coliseum doesn't exist anymore.
I know.
It was a different building.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a rich
a lot of land.
I remember LeBron James at the Q, rookie year, and I was there for that. I got to see a game that year, and same building, man, dude. You remember that shit,
right?
Same way, I will never forget the fact that I got to hang out on West 6th, and I got to watch a parade go by, and I got to watch this man hold a championship. So no matter what anybody ever says bad to me about LeBron James, I might never see a championship again in any sport in Cleveland. And I got to see one because of him. So
like you can kind of have something similar to that. Like, come check out some great wrestling. There is so much talent. It is unbelievable in Northeast Ohio. It is rich with wrestling talent. And we got a lot of talented people coming here to show off their talents as well. Come have a good time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make some memories. You never know who you're going to see headlining WrestleMania years down the road. Could be one of those people you're going to go see the next coming weeks. Go check them out. Buy some tickets. Buy some merch.
Ashton Day.
Support indie wrestling, man.
Hell, Cody Rhodes was running on the Indies, and now he is going to be the main event of WrestleMania against Roman Reigns.
Matt Cardona's doing the same thing.
Universal Championship.
I heard WWE just filed trademarks for Zack Ryder, so who knows what's going to happen.
Pauly.
Fake Zack Ryder.
How mad are you going to be when Roman Reigns beats Cody Rhodes?
So here's my thinking on this. There has never been a hotter babyface to oppose Roman Reigns in this entire 900-plus day reign.
Your damn hand down.
I love Sami Zayn to death.
I'm going to change my shirt right now.
Sami was not the guy. Cody is the guy. And if you don't do this now, you are going to cool him off to Arctic levels very, very quickly, and you're going to waste what little bit you had.
Cody is
not going to survive to SummerSlam with this.
The reports that I've read the past couple of days were that they want Roman Reigns to surpass 1,000 days.
That's great. It's not needed. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you here.
Roman Reigns is not going to go down first.
Roman Reigns isn't that guy. Roman Reigns is a Vince McMahon guy. And let's be very clear about something.
Look at Mike's face. Look what you just did.
I know. You should be pissed about that too. You're backing a Vince McMahon guy because Vince McMahon doesn't have an eye for talent. Because if he did, he wouldn't have tried to fire John Cena.
I disagree with you, though, 110%. And let me tell you why. And I shared it on Facebook weeks ago. We talked about it on the show. Roman Reigns made the perfect heel turn.
He did a really good job.
His whole persona change from babyface Roman Reigns and doing this, when as soon as he would go like this, the crowd would boo so loud that you couldn't even hear him go ooh-ah. They fucking hated Roman Reigns.
Didn't help that they were in Sami's hometown.
I said this shit as soon as the Shield broke up. He was the only one that didn't change his gimmick. He stayed the same gimmick. He stayed the same. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, they all changed. Even the Lunatic Fringe. Seth Rollins went and did, all kinds of everything. Yeah, because he's awesome. But Roman Reigns stayed with the Shield music. The only thing he changed was that he stopped coming out of the crowd.
Which and then was one of the things that endeared him to the crowd.
Could you imagine Roman Reigns Oh, here, let me think of a way to put this that it makes it sound better.
That doesn't sound good right there at all.
No, it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
just the way I said it was fucked up. Roman Reigns right now is what they should have done with John Cena, and John Cena would have blown up.
Talking about a John
Okay,
Cena heel turn.
Maybe so,
Yeah.
but John Cena right now has never been hotter. He is a huge star in Hollywood. He'll be in Fast and Furious 10. He was in Fast and Furious 9. He's going to be rock steady in the
In
new
a new
Teenage
TMT.
Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Uh-oh.
It's the
voice of
anime,
Honda.
whatever. He's just the voice.
But all of these things means that he's still a star. Roman Reigns isn't a star, and let's put that on the table right now.
Who else is? Who
You watch
else
your
is
mouth.
in Fast and the Furious? Who else is in Fast and the Furious?
Oh yeah, he made a brief cameo.
Roman Reigns.
He's not got a movie,
Get him, Pauly.
and he doesn't have movie
Hey,
box
guess what?
offices coming at him
Guess
going,
what?
I
When
need to
John
for this
Cena,
movie.
when John Cena first started, how did he get his first big movie? And don't fucking say the Marine either. His first big movie, he had a cameo, dumbass.
Okay,
Roman Reigns, this is gonna set up, especially because The Rock is his cousin. Roman Reigns is gonna be a movie star eventually too. It's what it's planned for.
Then go do it now and get out of my business.
Boom.
No.
Because he's not interested in wrestling. Otherwise, he'd be at live events every single night defending the damn title. Here's a fun stat, because I was just looking this up. Do you know how many TV title defenses Roman Reigns has had
2.
in 2 years?
Probably like 12 or something like that. Not that many.
1.
It's not that many.
Probably 2.
Yeah, it's not. I
have it
that many.
written down, actually.
I saw it a couple weeks ago. It's not that many.
26.
26?
Yeah.
In 900 plus days, he's defended the title on TV 26 times. Hit you with
It's a
another
week.
one. For
But
the
look,
undisputed championship alone, which has been less than a year, 6 times.
okay, but now Pauly, Dean, back me up on this. Because look, the way Dean just said, "Geesh," like it was a big deal. Dean, did you like Brock Lesnar as the champion?
At that time, no.
Okay,
'Cause he was
then
never there.
Then that makes sense. But I mean, Roman's still there, but that's the same mentality, and that's why I get it that Pauly doesn't like it. That's why I understand it
Well,
makes sense.
I have another stat that I want to throw at you on this here. Because we all know that Braun Breaker is the next guy, right?
Not everybody deserves a
I
title
don't
shot.
think Braun Breaker
NXT
should even be
champion.
called up.
I don't know, but here's
I
the
think
thing. He's
Braun
defended
Breaker's
his
tough.
title 13 times in less than a year.
You
Okay.
think Braun Breaker's what?
13
That's because-
times in less than a year.
That's because he's on a developmental brand, bro.
Those are TV defenses.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're on a developmental
I see what you're saying,
brand.
Paul. But he's still, it's on USA Network. Like, he's still doing it on TV.
I
And
get that.
NXT
I
is about to
understand,
be
but
out of a TV deal at the
Yeah,
end of
because they-
2024.
They're trash.
Pauly,
NXT product right now is not good.
he has to wrestle every
It
week
has
to
moments.
defend
It
his
has
title.
moments. It has very few people I can count on my hand that are kind of keeping it afloat. Other than that, NXT has been ass.
He has to defend his. Sorry, train. Oh, train.
You guys need a gimmick where every time the train goes off, you
Dude,
It's
Like,
the
can
first
you
time
pay-
I've heard it.
can you pay the Godfather to just let you guys press a button
okay.
every time for the Ho train?
back to my point. Back to my point. He has to wrestle every week. He has to defend his title because, like you said earlier, what's the dream, Pauly?
To main event WrestleMania.
To main event WrestleMania, to get called up to the show, you have to impress somebody. So of course you have to fucking wrestle every week. Roman wrestled every week when he was on NXT too. Seth Rollins wrestled every week when he was on NXT too. Now they don't because they're the fucking star. They're the superstar. It's the same scenario
It's so
as Brock
fired
Lesnar,
up.
dude. The title does.
Well, it's because this has gotten to the point. We're at 900 plus days, and this has been the most stale, boring, tedious crap that we've had to deal with. And it took Sami Zayn
Are you
to
shitting me?
reinvigorate
This has been the
thing.
best long-term storytelling by WWE in 10 years.
It was an accident.
So what? It fucking worked, didn't it? It was great. Dean, was
It
this
didn't
whole
even take
storyline
off.
not great?
It was stale until the whole Sammy thing picked up.
And guess what? The whole Sami thing didn't pick up until a certain generic geriatric dumbass left the company.
Like once Sammy started doing the funny, like Uzi enough, like that stuff. That's why I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this. But prior to that, no, I was over it.
It's
I felt like
tiresome.
it was a long con.
Usos
I know
should
you've
not
been
be the
with it
tag
the
team
whole time,
champions
but
right now.
I just felt like it was very long con, and that's why I don't agree that fucking. I don't think Sammy should win it either, though. I'm
No,
a
I
very
don't.
firm believer that Jey Uso should win the title. That Jey Uso should beat Roman because he was the one that started this whole thing. That would circle the story, in my opinion, and it could be, Cody wins it from Jey Uso the next night on fucking Raw.
See,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
would go. I would go a different direction with that, and I see where you're going with it, and I like it. But here's the thing: you have to have Cody end this 900 plus days. It can't be anybody else at this point.
1K,
But
1K, so he can walk out and go like this.
But if you have Cody run
at
to
least drop one of the
WrestleMania
titles.
and have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble and be the one to usurp Cody, then that puts something above Roman Reigns for Jey Uso. Then you have a storyline that you can build between Jey and Roman, where Roman is now jealous that his head of the table.
But you're talking
nonsense.
a storyline all the way starting next year.
I'm talking a storyline that's been going since 2020 at Hell in a Cell.
Pauly, can you answer me this? Since they unified the titles, can they ununify them at any point and defend individually?
Yes. And what has happened is, if you notice, they are not referring to it as a singular championship. They're referring to them as belts or titles in the plural.
Yeah.
And that is critical because we need to get these titles split up.
Yeah.
This is taking, it's taking up too much time.
If you wanted to have them do 1K, then at least give Cody one of the belts. Preferably
I'm
the
totally
WWE
okay with giving Cody, because Cody teased on his Instagram. Cody teased on his Instagram the old school belt with the winged eagle, obviously. I'm totally okay with giving him you split the titles. Yes. You give him the not the blue one. The regular, yes, the WWE heavyweight title. And then the next night on Raw, Cody Rhodes brings out a golden eagle. Perfect. That would be perfect. And then Roman Reigns
still
is
get
still
his
a
1K.
universal champion, but he still lost to Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
he can still get 1K.
The problem is right now
he can still get his 1K.
Everybody's happy and bada boom.
The problem is right now they are definitely referring to it as the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So that is the match that is set.
The shit needs to get split.
It should have gotten done at Royal Rumble. You could have had a ladder match and taken care of this by having one person pull down one title, the other person pull down the other title. Boom. We fixed the problem. It's done.
Yeah.
NBC Universal's tired of it. They want a champion on Raw.
I would be too if I was an investor.
Well, think about this. The fact that the first face-to-face between the WrestleMania main event, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, the head of the table, and the American Nightmare, the 2023 Royal Rumble winner, Cody Rhodes, happened on SmackDown instead of Raw? That's wrong.
Yeah.
It's Fox being Fox. I froze the best in the world up
you
there.
Did. I was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
He's speechless.
Sorry, I had an important text message I had to answer. I couldn't let it go.
Fair enough. And I don't know what WrestleMania has in store for us this year. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Do you think it's a two-nighter again?
It's a two-night event, April 1st and April 2nd, with NXT Stand and Deliver at 11 a.m. at the Crypto.com arena.
It'll stand, but it won't deliver. I can guarantee you that.
Trash.
I hate the name Stand and Deliver, but that show has traditionally been very good for NXT.
Yeah.
And I get where you're coming from.
They can do it.
I get where you're coming from on the NXT stuff. It hasn't been everybody's cup of tea. Here's the reason why I can get behind NXT now. Number one, it's not that 2.0 garbage. I hated that little moniker. It made it feel like everything we had done up to that point didn't matter, and it shouldn't. NXT is NXT. Number two, I like minor league baseball. I like seeing the next guy and girl who's going to come up.
I mean,
look, and I agree, though, because like people like Carmelo Hayes are fire, but I can't watch that show just to watch one person and hope he shows up that night, because the rest of the time it feels like a waste of my time.
Maybe I'm being overly critical because of the golden era of NXT that we're used to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The black and gold golden era where it was bangers every night, like
And I'll
every
grant you
week.
that
You had
because-
undisputed era. You had all that shit going on. It was like it was entertaining. It was like
but who
it
was
was
booking
better
that show?
product than what the main roster was at that time. It was so
And
good.
Who was booking that show?
H.
That's the thing that you have to hang your hat on, is the fact that the man who is booking that show is now booking Wrestle Freaking Mania.
Well, isn't Shawn?
Shawn Michaels is booking NXT. He's doing it his way. And it's not been bad. You look at the stuff with Grayson Waller. That's going to be cool. JC Jane basically kicked Gigi Dolan so hard in the head that she changed her
Fucked her
outlook
up.
on life.
Fucked her up.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then Gigi Dolan comes out 3 weeks later after having that attack on JC and cuts a promo that tugs at your heartstrings and makes you want to actively support this person who's been a horrible human being for the better part of 2.5 years. That's a hell of an ask.
That's what it's supposed to do. And like I said, I'm not saying that all parts of it are bad, but some parts of it are so bad.
But you could say the same thing about Raw and SmackDown.
That's true.
And that's the thing. It's not for everybody, but it's for anybody. Find
Okay.
things that you like on it and just watch those. You
Yeah.
can do that. You can find it on social media all the time. But I think pushing NXT aside is disrespectful to those people because they're going to be the future.
I mean, I read up on it and follow up after shows, but I don't make a point to watch it.
Again, I'm not saying that they're all bad, and mostly if you listen to our hate, Pauly, it mostly came towards Braun Breaker.
Well, I grant you that entirely. I think he's reached
I don't
a
want to see
plateau.
Braun Breaker. I don't want to see him called up. I don't
He's
think
going
he
to be
should.
called up.
I don't want him to be the WWE champion.
He might not be.
Yeah, so whatever. All
Because you're
right.
talking about Shawn Michaels booking versus Triple H booking now. That could be
They're
different.
going to call him up and going to pair him with Rick Boogs.
Rick
I
Boogs.
mean, I can see that.
They actually look similar, like in size and
Realistically,
that might
I could
actually be
see
a bad
them-
tag team, bro.
I could actually see them having the Steiners just
Yeah.
introduce him to the ring.
That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah,
That'd
pass
be a good
along
tag
the
team.
next generation.
Boogs and Breaker.
One of them gets the
Mike.
Steiner recliner, the other gets the Frankensteiner.
The Steiner recliner. I used to love that shit. He would be like,
Scott Steiner's crazy.
Got a top. We doing our top 5 today?
yeah, I have one actually, and I figured it out about halfway through the show, and
Okay.
I'm using something that I see out the whole show. We're gonna go top 5 superheroes
Ooh.
because it's on your shirt with the Toxic Avenger.
Ooh,
So top 5 superheroes. I get to
Marvel
go
or
first,
DC?
so- yeah, it can be anybody. It does. I mean, it could be, you can fucking pick Goku if you want.
okay.
I mean, if he's I'd say Goku's a superhero, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He done saved the world a bunch of times, Dragon Balls and all. But I'm gonna keep it OG and keep it Marvel and go with my boy Peter Parker.
I gotta go Batman.
That's Pauly's favorite.
That's my
It
favorite
is.
too.
It is what it is.
I got him tatted on me, my man, twice.
Twice?
I
Twice.
hate.
Jeez. I really enjoyed Thor, so Thor.
That's my second favorite.
Look at
Son of a beach.
Hey, you know
It's only right you got the hammer.
I was
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
why
It's
he
only
likes
right.
Thor.
It's only right.
It makes sense.
I play it into the branding now. Jesus H.
Oh,
as
What a
we all know-
Photoshop Thor's helmet on your face and make it like a graphic for
Hey.
you.
Only one person is currently worthy of wielding the hammer. Jesus Christ.
pick number 2. I'm going with the man tattooed on my finger, the Green Lantern. I got both my favorites. I'm happy.
Well, Thor is gone, so
Fucked.
I'm going to go with Deadpool.
Cool.
Cool.
I love me some Deadpool.
I would be remiss if I didn't have a DC character in this line, so I will take my mother's favorite hero, Superman.
Oops. He's an alien.
He saved the world like a billion times.
He's all right. Batman kicked his ass.
Eh,
It happened. I seen the movie. It sucked, but I seen it.
I've read the book. It was much better.
All right. One of my favorites as a kid. Last week with Jimmy, we did 90s TV shows or 90s cartoons.
Yeah, I really wish you could have found a way to do boy bands. That would have been fantastic.
I know there's not
Yeah.
enough.
There's
But
not.
I'm gonna steal
I mean,
my
there is,
favorite
but, like-
character. I'm gonna steal my favorite character from one of the top drafted 90s cartoon shows. Gambit from the X-Men animated series was always my favorite as a kid. So I'm gonna take Gambit because he was
That's
a
a
badass.
good one.
He was smooth as shit with the ladies, bro.
You know what? That inspired me to, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't think about it quicker, but I'm gonna get another X-Men. I'm gonna go with Wolverine. It's my boy.
Yep.
Does this mean I need to complete the X-Men trifecta?
Paul, you're gonna take like Cyclops or something.
Actually, yes. Cyclops was always
you?
my favorite.
All right.
Scott
Absolutely.
Summers, baby.
I like it.
All right. Pick number 4.
This is
All
where it's
right.
going to get tough.
Yeah,
No,
I know,
I'm-
dude. It's
I'm gonna take one of my favorites from the newer movies. He's gonna help lead the charge against Kang in the new Avengers movie. I'm gonna go with my boy Doctor Strange.
There you go.
that's a good one. That's a really good one, actually.
I should have picked Ned though from Spider-Man.
Ned.
He got fucking superpowers too, bro.
I'm gonna get this guy because actually I'm gonna pick the Hulk for Kylie.
Okay.
Come on, boy. This is his favorite. I'm gonna go with the Hulk.
Your honorable mention better be on your shirt. I'm just saying. All right, Pauly, number 4.
This is tough because there's a lot of great heroes that are going to get left behind on this, I think. This is really tough. I think I'll go with Captain America.
Oh, he was going to be my honorable mention if he didn't get picked because I can't believe Steve Rogers is about to get left out of this.
All respect to the Shield, man. You gotta love it.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So for my honorable mention, I am going to take Nightcrawler as an X-Men.
Oof.
I always loved his power. And do you remember that game we used to pump the quarters in? He was my favorite one to be in that game.
Okay.
I had a Sega Genesis version of that game, and it starts off in Siberia, and you can just use him to get across the level. You just go boop, 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 boop,
Yep.
and you're done. It's like, sweet, that was easy.
All right. And pick number 5. I can't believe he lasted this long, and I can't leave him left behind. We'll steal the logo from behind me. Wakanda forever. Black Panther.
My honorable mention.
I named my car Shuri, for God's sakes. Come on now.
That
My
explains a lot.
honorable mention is gonna be
The Toxic Avenger.
No. Even though growing up, Toxic Avenger and Swamp Thing were like my favorites, dude. Swamp Thing was shit. I'm gonna go with Ghost Rider as my honorable mention.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then my number 5 is Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
She's bad. Wanda's badass.
So you leave it to me to shake things up a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Honorable
All right.
mention.
Honorable mention is going to be Daffy Duck as Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
Good Lord.
There is a whole bunch of people right now who are listening to this, who are watching this, who don't have a clue who I just named.
I know
And more
exactly who you're talking about.
importantly, it's the ones that do that are sitting at there going, oh man, right in the feels.
Yep.
And that's
Duck
what I
Dodgers,
wanted right
baby.
there. For number 5, I'm going to go with a twist. Harley Quinn.
Ooh,
I like it. I like how you got a girl in there too.
I know my team's full of dudes. I didn't get a girl.
Yeah, you're sexist.
I mean, I've got the hammer at the top, so you know.
What
Whatever,
piece
bro.
of shit? I'm joking.
Whatever. That's because I got Peter Parker and he's got MJ, and I got Gambit. He's got all the girls.
I'm happy with my squad.
All right, that was a good top 5.
That was a good top 5.
Pauly, thank you so much for joining us, man. Appreciate you so much for always coming on and hanging out and talking smack with us.
Oh yeah.
We
always an
talked
honor,
about
man.
it before. You know, like we said, we reached on every show. We got wrestling for the next 4 weeks in a row. There's wrestling all over the place. Go out, check some local wrestling out. Make sure you watch, subscribe, like all their stuff, follow on their socials.
Whoa.
Facebook, the facials, because I was gonna say socials and Facebook same time. Follow on
Oh,
all the socials. Don't
This
get
was
I mean,
recorded late at night, ladies and gentlemen.
depends on what kind of facials you're talking about here.
oh, stop it.
We can go to a spa.
No.
We can go and they get to put the cucumbers on your eyes.
We're just not doing the chest waxing.
Man o' lanterns. Shaving the man o' lantern and the taco meat.
Exactly.
Kelly Clarkson.
All right. Anyways, follow all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm pretty sure Mega's on TikTok. I don't know about the other ones. Follow them, like them, check them out. Follow us, like us. Follow
Oh, yeah.
Piledriver Media. All of our sponsors. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do for us. We appreciate it so much. Check out everything we got over at Piledriver Media, and I guess we'll see you next week.
One question though, before we wrap up, because
Oh my god.
you know me, I like to be a little bit out there with different things, and I want to throw a little curveball at you guys. Just a quick 5 minutes.
Oh my. I'm trying to play
Okay.
Harry Potter, bro.
I know, and that's why I'm trying to get a little bit more out of you here. So, WrestleMania is approaching. We're less than 30 days away at this point, by the time most people will have heard this.
Yes.
So we can talk about WrestleMania now, right?
Next week, Paul, we can if you want. Brandon's on. Well, we got Brandon next week, so
Right.
we'll
so
talk about.
I probably won't be around there, but I want to know from each of you, no explanation given, just what the answer is, and then we can get out of here. Your favorite WrestleMania match
Of all time?
of all time. There's been
Oh.
39 or 38 years worth, so you've got plenty of artillery.
I can tell you mine immediately. I don't even have to think about it.
Go for it.
Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels versus Mike Tyson punched Shawn Michaels in the face.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Main
That
event
was
of
my
WrestleMania
first.
14?
That was my first like I got pictures of me at younger in Memphis and shit and wrestling like with Jerry Lawler and stuff like that when I was young, but I don't really remember that stuff. But that year WrestleMania was at 14, Pauly, or 13?
14.
14.
In Boston.
Yeah, where that whole build up, that was where I was a kid that had just gotten back into wrestling, and it was phenomenal. And Mike Tyson was in Cleveland when when him and Stone Cold were arguing face to face. Like that.
By the way,
was
Monday
probably,
Night Raw coming to Cleveland on Monday, June the 19th.
yeah, we're gonna try to make it to that one too, but I got stuff to do. My buddy Zach's getting married, so
You have a lot of wrestling shows you're trying to squeeze in.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We do have a lot.
Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mike Tyson special enforcer. That's my favorite WrestleMania match.
All right.
My most recent one has been Kofi Mania. That was exciting for me. I was invested
give you
in that. Just to witness that is like one of those things you won't forget. The whole ride for that, leading up to it too.
Bryan Danielson's actually just recently in an interview said that is his favorite moment in his WWE career.
Really?
Yeah, he said
That's
he,
well deserved.
he said Kofi needs a redemption arc.
He really
honorable
really
mention.
does.
I'm going to jump in real quick before Pauly goes. Honorable mention for me is definitely Seth Rollins coming out and curb stomping everybody and running away with the title, Money in the Bank style. He's one of my favorites. It was it was a good moment for me. I liked it, and the swinging of the belt and shit. Yeah, I loved it.
Which is technically Seth Rollins' main event of WrestleMania.
Exactly.
My
So,
other
Pauly,
favorite. Sorry.
Go ahead.
My other favorite is WrestleMania 15, Rock and Stone Cold.
It's a great match. That is a great match.
What you got, Pauly?
So I would have to take a Rock and Austin match as well, because that's kind of the rivalry that set most of us into this crazy world of wrestling,
Yeah,
I would say WrestleMania 17.
that's a good one too. I was
Because
kind of
the
like going
twist-
back and forth with that one because they're
The twist at the end, though, is what you're just like, come on. How can you be with him after all these years?
right.
Don't really have an honorable
I had
mention, but
I had a sour taste in my mouth after that.
I cried. I was young. I
would.
cried.
You would.
He was my hero, and he's joining McMahon. What a
How dare
piece
you?
of shit.
It's still real to me, damn it.
All right, favorite WrestleMania matches are in the books. I mean, we're gonna definitely gonna talk more about WrestleMania. We'll definitely have Pauly back on to talk about more WrestleMania favorites and stuff like that before WrestleMania, which is April 1st and 2nd.
Pauly can pop in anytime he wants.
We got some big stuff lined up.
Excellent.
we got Brandon Xavier.
Excellent.
We got Brandon Xavier next week. We're gonna
Next week.
We're gonna get somebody in here from the NEO Pro Wrestling in here. Check out our interview last week with Jimmy Shane. Like, share, comment,
Do the
everything
whole
you
thing.
can
You guys know
help.
what to do. Be good to each other. Drink your water. We'll see you guys next week with another
Pow!
episode. What he said. It's a little off. You all know
I
what
didn't
it
know you were
is.
coming with it. I didn't know you were
Jeez.
coming with it. That wasn't
You knew.
discussed. I didn't know. I was just gonna. It was just
You
gonna
just
be random
jumped the
off the
gun,
hill,
good
Pile
lord.
Driver.
Okay, bye.